You know what drives me crazy? Watching smart, hard-working people bust their backs chasing pennies while the actual wealthy walked away from that game a decade ago. It's like watching someone bail out a sinking rowboat with a teaspoon while there's a life raft sitting right next to them, untouched. That's what most financial advice content looks like to me. People obsessing over the wrong things, in the wrong order, for years. Hey, I'm the guy who reads the actual studies on millionaires instead of just repeating whatever sounds good on a thumbnail. This one's for anyone who's tired of budgeting apps and coupon codes and still feeling broke. If this saves you even one wasted year, do me a favor and subscribe. It actually helps this channel keep digging up stuff like this. Here's the number that kicked off this whole video. A study tracking self-made millionaires found that over 70% of them stopped actively budgeting every transaction within the first 5 years of building real wealth. 70%. Not because they got lazy, because they figured out that tracking every dollar was costing them more in time than it was saving them in money. And here's the thing nobody tells you. There's an actual sequence to what rich people let go of. It's not random. They don't wake up one day and decide to stop caring about coupons and Roth IRA contribution limits on the same afternoon. There's an order. And 2 of these are going to surprise you, because they're things most personal finance content tells you to obsess over forever. Think of it like building a house. You don't install crown molding before you've poured the foundation. Doesn't matter how excited you are about the molding. Skip the foundation and the whole thing cracks. Money works the same way. Caring about the right things at the right time is what actually builds wealth. Caring about the wrong things, even really intensely, just wastes your energy on trim work while the foundation's still dirt. So let's go through it. Number 1, and this is the one people love to argue with me about, coupons and daily expense tracking. Here's the math. If your time is worth even $30 an hour, and you spend 20 minutes clipping and organizing coupons to save $4. You just paid yourself $12 an hour to save $4. That's a losing trade. Here's where it gets interesting though. This doesn't apply if you're still building your foundation, meaning you don't have an emergency fund yet. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, every dollar tracked matters because you don't have margin for error. Once you've got 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, that tracking stops paying off and starts costing you. What this actually means, the richer you get, the less your time should be spent on $3 wins. Number 2, perfect investment timing. This is huge because so much financial content is built around when to buy and when to sell. Rich people stop caring about this almost entirely once they understand one number. Over any 20-year period in the S&P 500's history, staying invested the whole time has outperformed, trying to time entries and exits in the overwhelming majority of cases. Here's the analogy. Trying to time the market is like trying to jump onto a moving train at exactly the right second. Miss it by a beat, and you're sprinting to catch up, out of breath, while the people who just walked onto the platform early are already sitting comfortably in their seats. A study from a major fund company found that missing just the 10 best trading days over a 20-year period cut total returns nearly in half. Nearly in half, from missing just 10 days out of thousands. Number 3, what other people think about their spending. This one's less about math and more about mental bandwidth. Every hour spent worrying about a neighbor's opinion on your car or your vacation is an hour not spent building anything. Judgment doesn't compound. Investments do. That's the first 3. And we've got 12 more, including a couple that are going to make you rethink stuff you've been told your whole life. All right, let's keep going. Number 4, the best credit card rewards. Rich people stop optimizing for 2% cash back versus 2.5% cash back the moment their spending is already under control. Chasing an extra 0.5% on a $2,000 monthly spend is $10 a month. Not nothing, but not worth the mental energy of comparing 11 different cards either. Here's the mini payoff. Once your spending habits are solid, the card is just a receipt, not a strategy. Number 5. Checking their portfolio daily. Here's the stat that reframes this whole thing. Research on investor behavior consistently shows that people who check their portfolios less often report making fewer emotional, panic-driven trades. And panic trades are one of the biggest drags on long-term returns. It's like weighing yourself every hour after a meal. The number bounces around meaninglessly and just stresses you out. Weekly or monthly checks are plenty. Number 6. Keeping up appearances with brand names. A $200 handbag versus a $2,000 one holds your wallet exactly the same. Rich people, the ones actually building wealth, not just displaying it, stop caring about signaling status through logos once they realize nobody's net worth went up from being noticed. Here's the exception though. If the brand item is something you'll use daily for a decade, cost per use can flip the math entirely. A $2,000 coat worn 300 times a year for 10 years costs less per wear than a $50 coat replaced every season. Number 7. Being first to try every new investment trend. Crypto, meme stocks, whatever's trending on social media this month. Rich people let the early volatility settle before touching anything, if they touch it at all. Think of trends like a stampede. Exciting to watch, dangerous to be in the middle of. The ones who built lasting wealth are almost never the ones sprinting in first. Number 8. Negotiating every single small purchase. Haggling over a $15 item at a garage sale isn't wealth building, it's a hobby. Save the negotiation energy for the big stuff. Salary, house price, car price. Where a 5% difference is thousands of dollars, not 50 cents. Number 9. Having the newest phone or gadget the day it releases. This one's straightforward. Paying a premium to be first, instead of waiting even 6 months for the price to drop, is money spent purely on impatience. Number 10. This is where it gets interesting, because it's counterintuitive. Rich people actually stop caring about maximizing every tax deduction to the last dollar once the cost of finding it exceeds the benefit. Spending 8 hours hunting for a $40 deduction isn't smart. It's expensive, measured in time. Number 11. Comparing their progress to friends and family. Comparison is like running your race while constantly looking sideways at someone else's lane. You slow down and you might trip. Everyone's starting line, income, and expenses are different, so the comparison itself is broken math. Number 12. Having a backup plan B, C, and D for every financial decision. Rich people make a decision, act on it, and adjust later if needed, instead of paralysis by analysis. Overplanning is procrastination wearing a suit. Number 13. Squeezing every last drop of a deal or sale event. Waiting in line for a Black Friday doorbuster to save $80 while burning 3 hours of your day and a tank of gas isn't a win once your income has grown past a certain point. Now here's the mid-script stat that really drives this home. A separate survey of high net worth individuals found that the majority spend less time per week on personal finance tasks than the average middle-income household. Not because they care less about money, but because they've already automated and simplified the stuff that doesn't need constant attention. Number 14. Worrying about small market dips. A 3% pullback used to feel like the sky falling. Once you understand market history, it's just weather. Normal, temporary, expected. Panicking over it is like canceling a road trip because of a light drizzle. And number 15. This is the big one, the one that ties it all together. Caring about looking rich instead of being rich. That's the final and biggest thing they let go of, and it's the one most people never do. If you've made it this far in the video, honestly, you're already in a different category than most people watching finance content. The ones who actually finish and apply this stuff are a small slice, and you just proved you're one of them. So here's the full order. One more time. Build your foundation, then stop obsessing over coupons, market timing, other people's opinions, tiny reward differences, daily portfolio checks, brand names, trends, small purchases, new gadgets, tiny tax deductions, comparison, overplanning, deal hunting, small dips, and finally, the need to look rich at all. Your future self is either going to thank you for letting go of the noise or resent you for holding on to it. And that clock started running the second this video did.